My wife lost absolutely 100% of her income. She's a pharmacist at the store, and then she also had the boutique. And when my son was born, we named it Shop Jonah Brown. And yesterday while we were picking up, he wanted to have his picture taken on top of the rubble where the boutique was. So she's heartbroken, and it's hard waking up in the morning to your wife laying in bed crying.
So much devastation. Stories of loss are literally everywhere you turn.
In Bowling Green, many families continue to sift through the debris of their homes, just trying to salvage what they can. Chris Davis spoke with some survivors there.
When you look at all the damage,
it's just surreal.
It's hard to imagine how this storm could have been any worse.
Shattered glass, wind, and just hear everything outside coming in.
Upending hundreds of lives in a matter of seconds.
I was on this room.
Until you hear the stories of survival.
Everything was flying, all the glasses and all that.
Manny and his 4-year-old daughter were laying in bed when the tornado ripped off their roof.
I don't care if I die, but I'm gonna cover up my daughter.
Over on historic Magnolia Street.
Definitely scary. I was panicking.
Jordan Bland made it to the basement not a moment too soon.
Started hearing little glass bits flying through the house and realized that this thing was on top of me.
And still the loss is beyond comprehension. Heartbreaking fatalities, historic neighborhoods forever changed.
Yeah, it looks like a war zone. You know, again, you don't ever think it's going to be you that gets hit.
Beyond anything we could ever understand.
Just glad to be here for sure.
In Mayfield, there are some estimates that as much as 75% of homes and other buildings were destroyed by the tornado.
Erica Fox continues our team coverage.
That was the living room, and over here was the bedroom.
Johnny Hernandez shows us what's left of the property he just recently bought.
And unfortunately, the tornado took it away.
Hernandez now returned to the site to comb through the debris, hoping to find items to give back to his tenants who just moved in last week. Hernandez says they were home at the time of the disaster.
I couldn't get a hold of the tenants, and so me and my stepfather and my brother came out here, looking everywhere for them, yelling their names out to make sure they were okay.
Hernandez says the family of 4 made it out alive, suffering only minor injuries, as they were able to climb into this crawl space under the home until the storm passed.
He got his 2 kids and his wife safe under the crawl space, and then I think the tornado took him like a trash bag and slung him around, but luckily he's okay.
And just down the road, another family also seeking shelter in that moment. Anthony Vasquez, who held his 4-month-old baby next to his girlfriend in the closet.
I was just thinking, please, Lord, don't rip him out of my hands, or, if he goes, I'm going with him, definitely was not going to let him go at all.
Vasquez says those 2 to 3 minutes in the closet felt like a lifetime, but their home destroyed in a matter of seconds.
It actually started doing a lot of damage. It really did. High winds and, just sounds that I've never even heard before, for real, It's pretty crazy.
Erica Fox, WLKY News.
And the tornado in Mayfield created a destructive mess.
Yards and streets are left filled with giant piles of debris in its aftermath. WLKY's Barvis Herring talked to businesses and neighbors left with the cleanup.
Look at Mike Davis's car smashed by the turbulent tornado winds that whipped through this city.
I heard a big bang. It hit the house. I thought it was taking the house out, but it was the vehicle and tree that shoved.
Part of Davis's roof is also gone, but he's still staying inside his home despite the lack of heat or power. And he'll never forget the moments the loud tornado hit.
I was scared. I talking to the man upstairs to save me. He did, and it's all over with.
Unrecognizable piles of debris lay outside of homes and destroyed businesses, but on Monday, it was all hands on deck for the cleanup.
We sell chainsaws, we had some generators, and that's one thing that people here need to help clean up stuff, so if I have what they need, I'm not closing.
Jonathan Burgess refused to let this damage and power outages cut the cord on his business. He used generators and never closed. Take a look, it's a much different scene at this store across the street.
At first, I didn't even know if I had a store left, but I was thankful to find out that it was just our awning that was taken down. And then across the street from us, I've looked, and there's whole buildings down. So I'm grateful that we have what we do have standing.
Looking around the city, it's not hard to see why Burgess is so thankful. But a closer look also showed helping hands trying to make this cleanup a little easier. In Mayfield, Marvis Herring, WLKY News.
And President Biden approved major disaster declaration for 8 Kentucky counties, paving the way for additional federal resources. FEMA Administrator Deanna Criswell toured the damage in western Kentucky and today talked about the next steps for helping those devastated by the storms.
What I want to do is make sure that we're bringing our services to the people, make it easier on them so they understand what they're eligible for and make it easier for them to access our programs. That really helps, I think, mostly our underserved communities that always have struggles trying to figure out how to navigate the bureaucracy. And it's going to make a big difference. And this executive order is just going to give us even more ability to impact how we're doing that.
The federal government is sending additional search and rescue teams to help find anyone who is still missing. And remember, we're hosting a Red Cross phone bank at this hour. We have volunteers standing by to take your calls. The number is 893-3232. We'll be right back.